continue lesson 3, and we focus on the first method of estimate, the order of magnitude estimate. And for the order of magnitude estimate, as its name implies, at that point we don't have enough definition of the project. So we normally use this method for the initial project planning. And as we don't have enough information, detailed information about the project, we base on the historical data, normally with a reference project, the project already built in that same location or somewhere at different time, at different locations. As this is an order of magnitude, when the project definition is not clear, then the accuracy level is not expected high. As you can see here, within 20% accuracy is already good for this type of estimate. And there are two methods I mentioned in the first video, the index-based and cost capacity. The index-based method and cost capacity, for the index, it can be time changes over the year, and you can see inflation, etc. We need to take into account the location, the project built here in Fort Myers, Estero. With the same project built in Tampa or Miami or New York, it may be more expensive over there. So that we need to have adjustment for the location if we use historical data from project in other location. That is index-based. The second one is cost capacity. So the relationship between cost and capacity. And normally it's not linear, it's non-linear. For example, we talk about the water treatment plant project. And the capacity in this case, how many million gallons per day we built. We built a project $10 million for 5 million gallons per day. It doesn't mean that to build a project 10 million gallons per day, we double the amount of the money. So that have the cost capacity, and that give one single parameter, in this case, the capacity in some of million gallons per day, etc., to determine the cost of the new project based on the reference project. And then we focus on the index-based method. The first method we use with the note here. So basically, like I said, the index for the time, adjustment for the inflation, so a comparison of annual price changes. And also forecast of the similar project built in the same place, different time or different location and different time. And because of the different location and time, it can be involved from the historical data, the reference project, to the current project that we want to build. Then we can combine the location and time indexes in this method. So equation very simple to determine the cost of the new facility. It's C. Then we have Cn, which is the cost that we already know, the project already built. We know the actual cost. And time the index of the value of the current facility, the new facility we want to build, divide by the reference index for the reference facility, and that is the index-based method. Very straightforward. And we can, like I said, location and time. And that applies the first one in a problem here. Very simple. Consider the 10,000 square foot warehouse built in Fort Myers that cost $50 per square foot in March 2013. How much would a similar warehouse cost in July 2018? And use ENR engineering news records indices, which is available on Canvas for the reference number 1. I'm going to show very soon. So here, let's apply that in the this problem. So we have the first, to find out the project cost of the new facility, we need to know what is the reference facility. So first, the cost of the reference facility of warehouse. So in that case, we have Cn, stand for reference. We have similar square footage, 10,000 square foot, and each square foot is $50 per square foot. So from that we can have that is the reference project is $5 million. $5 million. And then from that CN, and we have index, we can determine the cost of the new facility. The cost of the facility, in this case the warehouse, to be built. And here is the same location in Fort Myers, so we don't take into account the location changes yet so far. So with that we can have C, which is the new facility, the cost of the new facility. With the equation over there, it will be CN over IN. And the question is, we need to find out what is the index for the reference facility which is built 2013 and the new facility to be built in July 2018, and that go to the reference that we have in class in the PowerPoint, or you can have that in to index over the year, and you have that in index here for July 18. So the index for that construction, as you can see, and then we have for the reference facility. That is the index for that facility, the index for that facility, so that we can be able to apply for this too. This is the July 2018, 11,116 for the construction index, and then for the March 13 it's 9,456. So from that we can put the number to determine the cost of this project. So here we can have rewrite go to CN index of July 2018 and then index of March 2013 for the reference facility, and that we already see that is $5 million. That for the July 13 it 11,000 index 116.42, and for March 13 9,456, and from that we get C for the project cost of the new facility is $5.9 million. So what does that mean? After 5 years and 4 months in Fort Myers, the project cost increased about $1 million. So it means about 20% after 5 years and 4 months. So with that, we use the index for the time. In the next method we use for the order of magnitude, it will be cost capacity